the business cycle extends, so the crypto cycle extends too? Or is it just a bunch of coke? Welcome back, baby dolls. Crypto and the business cycle. We've been hearing a lot about it, but we're going to go and dive a bit into some charts and some macro things out here. This is Julian. We're going to go and just explore a bit where this all comes from, friends. We've been speaking about this consistently for a long time. Crypto is an extension of the business cycle. Bitcoin is a bit special though. Bitcoin, it doesn't need the business cycle to be up for Bitcoin to go up. It's another way of saying, even if Main Street, the average person, is struggling in a bear market, Bitcoin can rally in a bear market. Okay. Now I'll just quickly show you. You can actually see it, right? Even when we have a PMI, which is low, which is here, even when we have PMI low, you know, for example, Bitcoin, it went from 18,000 here and it went up to like 65,000 up here. All right. So even though Main Street had a PMI below 50, it was still able to rise and pump up. So that's actually what makes Bitcoin special. Bitcoin is the only coin that consistently rallies in a bear market. So it doesn't just need PMI to have any effect. It's a function of global liquidity. So that's why it's a long-term, that's why they say it's a long-term savings vehicle where they print excess currency and people are actually storing it in Bitcoin. Okay. So let's look at the business cycle. So Julian here, he's got a post here. He says, let's go back to 2016 and 2017. There were 2 drops of minus 20%, 2 drops of minus 30%, a 35% hit, and 3 separate 40% flushes. So if we add them up, friends, that's about like 7 flushes. Okay, so we have our crypto cycle here. This is pretty much us. We have our flush, 1, 2, 3. We've like all these little flushes out here. I think we've had like 4 so far, 3 or 4 or 5. And actually, more specifically, he goes, we had 4 of the 20% pullbacks and now 3 of the 30% pullbacks. So there we go. You got to remember now, everyone's calling for the top. Everyone's saying bear market. Everyone's saying bad things are about to happen. Things are going to get bad. There's going to be unforeseen circumstances coming next year. Could be, always. You don't know. But, you know, it's come down to a believer's cycle, right? If you really believe in crypto, you're still holding now. Okay. People who have sold, they don't believe, you know, and I'm not trying to say, you know, oh, it's not posturing or anything. It's just like you're getting out because you generally just think, oh, price is going to go bad next year. Okay. That means you don't really believe in what you're holding anyway. You don't actually care. You don't see any value in it. You just think, oh, macro is going to go down, so I'm out. Everyone else still holding values, self-sovereignty, self-custody. We like the monetary policy of crypto because they can't change inflation all the time. We like that it gives you privacy. It gives you tech, peer-to-peer finance. It's open world finance, right? You can do decentralized lending, swapping. It's literally, it's so much more freedom. It really is, okay? That's why we're still holding crypto, okay? That's why we're all still here. And also, you know, code is speech. It's free speech. It's one of the last pure markets listed in the world. It actually is the last pure market. That's why we're still holding. We still believe, okay? And a lot of people as well, they just hold altcoins because they think Bitcoin's going up. Or they're out because Bitcoin's been going down. So it's just believers remaining here. You can actually see as well, friends, Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin, its net change with the ISM. Bitcoin's implied ISM pricing. So Bitcoin's net change has been poop and ISM has been poop. But Bitcoin has a drift factor as well, which it has been going up. So we basically haven't seen PMI above 55. Main Street has never had a chance basically to breathe yet. That's what we're, I guess, betting on will happen next year. That's why we like look at, you know, say Donald Trump is going to give $2,000 check. They've got midterm elections next year. He's going to have to like start turning things around. We also have the US Fed. They're stopping QT, right? That's why like it is interesting, the correlation, right? Between, this is OTHERS-btc that you can see, Fed balance sheet. When QT ends right here, that's it. It just went literally up only, just green candles. It's kind of amazing, friends. We literally just go up. These little reds were trash. And then it just literally goes up. And this is actually DeFi season. You know what's interesting? If you go and check out DeFi season, it went to where it peaked the year before Bitcoin halving. Do you see this? This is March 2019. DeFi season went up there and then it reset and actually started the next wave. So I'm wondering if they're stopping QT, if we run up to where we were, where is the high before the Bitcoin halving year, which is 2023. Where are we? This is it. This is this high here. Okay. I'm wondering if that's what happens, where we get a run up here and this is it. All right. And this would match the price action similar here. Now, it's not actually like that super exciting. It is about 100% gain on Bitcoin. Yeah. So that's for the average coin, right? There's volatility with each coin, but it is nice if it comes back to that direction, right? And by the way, the retrace wouldn't be like that amazing. It would be about a 50% retrace. I just did a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom. It would be about 50% retrace, okay? And that's gonna be a hairy one because you don't know what lies here, like how big of an alt season will even be, or will even be one that way everyone thinks maybe it's definitely over from there. It's a believer's cycle, right? I'm looking for something like, friends, this is obviously the danger up here. Like, that's where I think things are expensive. But right now, they're not, okay? So that's where I stand on all of these. I'm still holding. I have to clarify, everyone. I am still holding. Yes, I know AI and everyone's saying it's a bubble, whatever. I don't give a crap, okay? I've heard these things 50,000 times before. My strategy is not trying to guess where things go tomorrow or go next year. I don't care, okay? The strategy is, if I see depressed people, if I'm depressed, if I'm sad, it means if I have any spare ammo, I throw it in or I keep holding. I don't know it's cheap. I feel it's cheap, I stay cheap. Yeah, cheap can stay cheap for a very, very long time. We've learned that, right? 4 years. Doesn't matter. All right? I'm not going to guess, it's been cheap for 4 years. It's going to go cheap for 5 years. No, that's not part of my game, dude. That's not my strategy. All right? Buy low, sell high. I'm waiting for high. Okay? Everyone who's timing and they're out, you can get out. We don't care. Click sell, leave, go yell somewhere else. I'll see you maybe next year if he's go buy even higher. That'll be funny. Remember all those people clicking sell. If Ethereum, friends, breaks its all-time high next year, literally all hell is going to break loose. If we actually see Ethereum somehow do the impossible, and now it's above 5,000 next year, literally, friends, all these people selling here, they have to start getting back up here. They have to. And they'll probably FOMOing into God knows what, okay? That's if it happens. We'll see. You also got this guy who literally looks like the Soyjak meme, the bubble of all bubbles out here. Do you see that, friends? Literally going, the bubble of all AI bubbles. I just want to show you, friends, he is literally the Soyjak meme guy. it's just... Oh, man, I love it too. We're having fun here. Let's play some Pumpy G music for all of us, okay? Oh, yeah. It's literally the Soyjak meme guy. The bubble of all bubbles. Yeah, I know. AI is pricing a lot of overgrowth, whatever. I've heard it thousands of times before. I want to see the PMI higher, okay? Because you got to think, friends, when we see the PMI higher, it means Main Street. Yeah, the PMI manufacturing, it means Main Street. It's you can look at it as a copper gold ratio and stuff. When the PMI is higher, it means, the little guy, plumbers, nurses, doctors, squeaky chair makers, okay? Janitors, everybody out there, construction workers, teachers, everyone. The middle class. It means, friends, when the manufacturing is up like this, it means Main Street, like the middle class, the middle 50 to 60%, they have been acting like they're optimistic for the future. They're spending quite a lot. You only spend if you think you're expecting more money to come in. Like, you only take like a, $30,000 holiday if you think, oh yeah, don't worry, next year I'm just going to make more money and everything's going to be fine. You see? You get it? So we are not anywhere near there yet. So if we are up here, Main Street, the middle class, they will be acting. Now, what we're all guessing is that we think that they're going to act in our altcoins. I'll tell you right now, they will act in altcoins. Everybody just doesn't know where. Is it going to be Atom? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? Is it going to be XRP? Hopefully we see a nice girth increase. Remember, friends, we don't like that word breadth. It's quite racist. Breadth. Yeah, is it bread or is it bread? We love bread and we love just don't want to combine them. I like Girth. We have good market Girth, which is all the altcoins pretty much generally rising. Okay, their actions will come out. I mean, look what they did last time, right? They were buying dog coins and JPEG coins up here. All right, what were they doing in 2017? They were literally buying just any ICO with a white paper website. What were they doing here? They were literally buying Litecoin or just literally any coin. Any coin that listed on exchange, it didn't matter. People were buying it. All right? What are they doing here? Yeah, you're buying trash JPEG coins on Solana. They were doing that, okay? But it wasn't, to me, that wasn't wide market Girth. All right? I want to see when all Main Street comes in, okay? When Main Street has extra money in their pocket, they come and participate. I haven't seen that. That's why I continue to hold. Also, next year's Year of the Horse. Thank you to Fart on Pulse Chain. I don't know why. Just for some reason, that's just the unicorn one. Everything else, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Ethereum 6, 7, 8, 9K. I don't give a shit. Bitcoin, I don't give a shit. I hold them. I just don't care. That just doesn't mean anything. It's just for some reason the unicorn, the unicorn that blow everyone's mind. That's what I care about. Thank you very much, man. So it's Year of the Snake right now. Next is Year of the Horse. My favorite horse is a unicorn. Is this privacy seasoning? I hope so. Shim Shoni, I'm a woodland horse in Chinese astrology 1978 where my farm animals and we're eating in 2026. I hope so, sir. That's awesome. Well done. So, Year of the Unicorn, obviously PDI, privacy, all these other things, Pulse Chain. It all comes together. We're going to have to be more patient. Also, picture here. Are you ready for what comes next? Tomley out here with 4,000 IQ alien. Remember, friends, during this Bitcoin crash, altcoins, surprising strength. You did not expect to see that. Very surprising. Okay, very, very, very surprising. To me, it's more like altcoin exhaustion. There's nobody else left to sell, dude. We got the leverage. We got people who we got 40 cycle guys out. We got the leverage guys out. We've got the 40 cycle leverage guys out. We've got everybody who's out because they thought Bitcoin was going to 150. They're all out because Bitcoin's now turned down and went back below 90K. Got them out. There's nobody else left to sell altcoins. There's nobody else left to sell. Yeah. And they stopped QT now. Now, I've also got a prediction, friends. I've got a Sommi prophecy, which I'll show you. And by the way, in the midst of all this, we have Filicone calling for like 40K Bitcoin, pretty much 35 to 40K. But I actually have a Sommi prophecy, which I wanted to share with you. Right here. As altcoins show strength in the next few months against Bitcoin, we will enter disbelief phase. So do you remember my OTHERS-btc? Altcoins against Bitcoin. They're starting to show strength because QT's ending, right? That's what we think, we hope. All right. So what's my prophecy, friends? My prophecy is as OTHERS-btc goes up, which I'll show you now. All right, this is it. As this thing starts to go up and curl up here, as we go up, they're not going to be buying, okay? Trust me, they're not going to be buying. They don't do that. Yeah, you know how markets work, dude. It's funny, friends. They said down here, oh my gosh, now altcoins are going to a bear market. They're never, ever, ever going to go up. Just get out. Yeah, well, the polar opposite is finally everyone agrees, okay, never own Bitcoin. That's probably what it's going to be up the top, okay? But I believe the disbelief rally will literally be people saying, I can't believe, and disbelief is also hated because they're sidelined. So I hate it as in, how come altcoins are going up and they haven't even done QE? How come altcoins are going up when we're in a bear market? That's what I think is going to happen. It's never before done. Yeah, so it's a one of one. Could be hope, could be cope. I don't care. I smell this in the universe. I'm smelling it right now. I'm smelling disbelief. It's starting to curl up. And everyone's saying, this makes absolutely no sense. Bitcoin's in a bear market, red weekly super trend. Why are altcoins going up? They shouldn't go up. And I know the line they'll be saying, friends, I have it written here. I believe everyone will be saying, QT ending is not the same as QE. That's what they're going to say. They'll say, so this rally is going to fail like all the others. That's from the Wall Street cheat sheet, which I'll come and I'll show you, okay? If you go and look at it, see disbelief here, friends? Disbelief, this is a sucker's rally, all right? This is a sucker's rally because what I think is going to happen every step of the way, the US Fed, they're not going to like hand out the rate cuts until Jerome Powell's gone. Yeah, they're not going to just hand them out. I think it's just going to leave them 50-50, data dependent. They don't want to stoke inflation. They're just, and they're going to be like, yeah, we'll open up this line, but it's not QE. It's not QE. None of this is QE. But the balance sheet was slowly curling up. And there'll be disbelief. And then people will be like, hey, I want to see more. Isn't this typical cycle stuff? I want to, that's what the average mid-curve out there will say. Of a sideline soy boy, they'll say, I want to see the Fed announce QE, cut rates. I want to see a big bottoming structure, Bitcoin like go down to zero, and then I'll finally get in. Because they have zero space in their soybean-filled mind, zero space for Bitcoin being in what they consider a bear market and altcoins actually going up. They have zero space. So, disbelief. This rally will fail like all the others. Okay? And it's a sucker's rally. What I think, that's what they're going to be saying. And you know, you check the comments, friends. In Twitter and other check out other YouTubers' comments. Because you are, obviously, if you listen, you watch me, you are the highest value community friend. You're way more switched on. You guys are way more switched on than the people you and I are watching out there. Way more switched on. Way more tapped in. Like, remember, we had CSGM overhearing at a construction job site that, you know, some literally construction workers, literally retailers saying, don't buy altcoins, they're all scams, just buy Bitcoin only. They're basically just giving up. Okay? I'm just telling you, you guys are tapped in. I am already seeing comments of people saying QT ending is not the same as QE. QT ending is not QE, friends. That I can feel it. That's going to be it. Because remember, markets price in the future. But altcoins, see, that's why they have no space in their mind. They think, oh, altcoins are stupid. There's too many. Friends, every day I wake up, I'm not joking, every day I wake up on my Twitter timeline, I see at least 3 Bitcoin maxis or somebody else out there saying there are too many altcoins. They're all going to zero. It's just Bitcoin only. That's all I see every day. Let me share with you some interesting information. Did you know the quantity of altcoin inflation is lower today than what it was back in 2013 and 2017? Yeah. In 2017, friends, that cycle, we went from like 20 altcoins to like 400. We literally 20x'd the supply of altcoins. 20x. We didn't do 20x in this one. We did less. Maybe we did like 3x, you know? Yeah, like 3 from like, you know, 5 million up to 15. It's less. So everyone's just like, oh, there's millions of more coins here that you never see. They're just like random websites or forum posts out here that no one ever watches anyway. So that's basically, it's a crowd telling themselves altcoins can never go up for any reason. But hey, man, the price action is pretty cool. And we're in a 4-year bear market, which is great because that means it's like the cheapest they've ever been. Altcoins have never been cheaper. But it's for believers only because Bitcoin looks like it's in a bear market and it's dog shit, isn't it? Yeah, and you're not getting all the rate cuts in QE. So it's literally, friends, you understand, if we make it to Valhalla, we totally deserve it. We get all the reward. Rates aren't at zero. The economy's still tight. PMI is still low. They're not giving you QE, right? Bitcoin's weak structure, and we didn't rally in 2025. It's literally, it's the market, the universe has come out and said, if you really want the reward, you have to hold through all of that, and we have. I'm still holding. You can do whatever you want. You can click sell and leave. I'm still holding. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? Keep kicking me in the nuts. I'll keep growing a pair. Triplets. I don't give a shit. I see cheap prices, I'm holding, dude. Okay? So, that's my prophecy, friends. I can see his side dock carrying a little droplet. This is actually one of the memes, I think, in XRP chain. This is actually the total crypto. This is others. Others chart here. Wedging and wedging and wedging and wedging. Yeah. You can see it playing out, brother. I took you on this journey, friends. You could totally see that playing out, right? Just think about it. Like, altcoins, pure depression. Pure depression. There's literally people are selling because they go, oh, it's going to get worse for another whole year. Bro, we're literally, you know, we're in a 4-year bear market, bro, for altcoins. Altcoins are still in a bear market. People are saying, oh, they're never, ever going to go up. Okay, bro, firstly, who are you? You know, mate, you were the same and I've got to use this word, you were the same pencil neck noodle arm soy boy saying Bitcoin was going to 150K plus this cycle, and it didn't. There are many things I got wrong. By the way, you were the same soy boy selling on the Trump tariff tantrum at Bitcoin 75K. Many people sold between 30 to 90% of the portfolio, saying we're going to recession, Trump's ruined everything. All I see is the crowd of non-believers making an action to leave and then declaring their non-believer status to everybody else out there. I'm still holding. Yeah, man, look, I find it hard to wrestle with in my mind because we've never seen this, but structurally, I'm bearish on Bitcoin, I'm bullish on altcoins. Because I watch, friends, literally, I watch with my own 2 eyes. Some say I got eyes like a wolf. Woof, 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 woof. Okay, I watched, here's Bitcoin dominance, okay? I watched an excess amount of leverage enter Bitcoin via digital ass, its treasury, Michael Saylor turbo buying the Ponzi and forcing this thing up. I watched them literally observe Ethereum, zero knowledge, layer 2s, all these amazing tech, privacy, all these other things being made, and I watched them give them zero value, and they decided, hey, let's just go leverage buy Bitcoin, let's go do these options on it. Okay. Yeah, it went on for a very, very long time. I think they are wrong. I think they're like really, really, really wrong, and I think they're going to make up for it. They're going to make up for their sins all the way down here. We have to go back far the other way, okay? That's what I saw, and you saw that too, by the way. You saw them be like, oh, Bitcoin only, dude. You'll see. I guess you'll see. Okay, I want to see all of that unwind. You know, to be honest, friends, for me, you know, my fair value for like Bitcoin dominance is 50%. That's my fair. Okay, and I'm not touching that first Bitcoin dominance dip. I don't give a shit if we go into a 10-year bear market after that. There's, friends, every single bone in my body, and I've got a lot of bones, and one of them is currently growing at the thought of this, but friends, I'm telling you right now, there is absolutely nothing you can do to tell me to get me to buy that first Bitcoin dominance dip. Like, we've got to unwind 4 years of price action of that Bitcoin dominance going up. Okay? So that's my prophecy. Let me know what you think. Okay, many people calling for the bear market. Look, I don't know how it's going to resolve itself. Maybe Bitcoin literally goes sideways and altcoins go up. You know that happened in 2019? Yes, it did. Bitcoin went from $10,000 in July 2019, and it was $10,000 12 months later. Let me show you. And altcoins were up higher. OTHERS-btc was up higher. Okay, I'm just going to come back and show you. You see this? Bitcoin went from $10,000. 12 months, it was $10,000. Okay, I'm going to show you what OTHERS-btc did in that period of time from July 2019. You can actually see it right here. Look what it did. Okay, so here we have July 2019 here, friends. Look, yeah, there was this period here, but look at this. July 2019 to July 2020. Look at this. Okay, I know this doesn't look like much, but you got to understand, friends, this is actually quite a big move. This is 100%, 95% gain on Bitcoin. That's basically altcoins go up 2x and Bitcoin sideways. All right. That is just showing you in the part. And by the way, that means like the best is yet to come after that point. That's like things are recovering. Okay. We're going to take it month by month. Year of the Snake is not going to be here forever. Next is Year of the Horse. Like, subscribe. Highest value content in crypto. Don't forget, it loves you. Catch you soon.